Welcome back to my monthly series where I show what I invested into last month. Then we will go through an entirely new list of cards and products that I'm trying to invest into this month. So that way we are all actually investing and collecting together. I'm never going to tell you to buy something that I actually wouldn't buy myself. And we will be doing a little giveaway today, one for a subscriber and one for a member. All you have to do is make sure you're subscribed, hit that notification bell, leave a like, and then I want you to comment your favorite legendary Pokemon. And I do have to mention there's a card show this Sunday. This is the Downtown Metro Card Show at the Essence Event Center. It's located in Bandana Square in St. Paul, Minnesota. There's tons of free parking. It's free to get in. Goes from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. and I will be there vending and recording. So if you guys are in the area, definitely come say what's up. All right, so we're starting off with the giveaway cards. We have the Ivysaur Classic Collection. So a member gets one of those and a subscriber gets one. Same with the War Turtle. Member, subscriber. We have the Mr. Mime here, which this is the first time we've ever got this card printed in English. It was a old Japanese vending card. So each person gets one of those. Then we have the Petrant Illustration Rare Promo from the ETB. So each person gets one of those. Now, we're going to go through the cards that I picked up for vending. So we got a ton of Master Balls. They were selling so fast. So these are the ones I had left, and I bought probably 50 different Master Balls. So we got the Sneasel, Hoot Hoot, Dunsparce, Execute, Pinsir, Duraludon, Whimsicott. That's what I got left. And then same for 151. I was buying 151 nonstop, and it would sell, literally a few minutes later. The full arts were selling really good. Giovanni's Charisma, Mew, Ammonite, Machoke. So many Erica's Invitations, Charizard, Bulbasaur. I got a few more here, another Bulbasaur, Blastoise. These are some of the more expensive cards that I picked up, special illustration rares and stuff. Again, nothing super crazy, just the more popular mid-range affordable cards because they sell the best. So we got the Charizard EX from Obsidian Flames, the Gardevoir EX from Base, the Charizard VMAX promo, the Gold Reshiram and Charizard Tag Team GX. We even have a couple Japanese cards here. We got the Blood Moon Ursaluna from Trestle Festival, Glaceon Master Ball. I bought like 3 different ones of these. This is the last one I have. We even got the Sylveon Master Ball. And then I picked up a PSA 10 Leafeon Master Ball. Yeah, so cheap for that Master Ball. And then we got the Squirtle Illustration from Stellar Crown. Now, these are some of the cards that I picked up for my personal collection. We got a Machamp V, very, very clean card. We got one of the Elf lithograph cards. You guys know I'm obsessed with Unknown. Check that card out. It's pretty sweet. It's got like the whole alphabet on there and everything. There's 4 different versions of this card. Then we have the Armored Mewtwo promo. I got this for a good deal. I'm going to be grabbing that whenever I can. I did get the Machamp for $140, which is a very, very good deal. And then the Unknown, I think this was like a $40 card. Armored Mewtwo I actually got for trade. So I literally got it for 1 regular Sword and Shield ETB. And then we got the Suicune SL from Call of Legends. Love this card. This one's much, much cleaner than the one that I had. That did cost me about $135. Then we got the Galarian Moltres V. This card sells for about $190 to $200. I got it for $160 and it's very, very clean. Mine's kind of crooked, so I'm just going to swap them out and sell the other one at the card show. And then I got the Shaman EX. Absolutely love these cards. I think these are the next cards that just go absolutely crazy. I was happy to get this Shaman because mine's a little bit more lightly played, so I'm going to swap that out. But super, super cool. And if I ever see these in really clean condition, I'm just going to start grabbing them whenever I can. And then we got the Muck EX and the CGC 8.5. A good buddy of mine gave this to me because I needed it, so I really, really appreciate that. Now, I did mention last month that I do have another life-size statue coming. It's not here yet. It should be here next week, I'm hoping. So I'm a little disappointed that I was not able to get that in time for this video. But let's get to the sealed products. I was actually able to find a Journey Together ETB in the stores. Kind of crazy, but I'll take it. And then I was able to get a couple more Pokemon Center ETBs for Journey Together that I did a little trade for with a bunch of like smaller cards that I just had doubles of. So in my opinion, I basically got these things for free because no joke, I got those cards for super, super cheap and I had so many doubles, so I did not care. I will take that all day long. And then I did one more trade for 2 Sword and Shield ETBs, and I got another Pokemon Center Surging Sparks ETB because they were worried because it was going down in price so quickly that they didn't want to, hold on to it. So I was like, I'll do that for sure. But yeah, I'll pick up the Pokemon Center ETBs all day long. But all right, that was everything that I invested into last month. Let's look at a new list of cards and products that I'm trying to invest into this month. But all right, we are starting off with some illustration rares, and as you guys know, almost every single card is coming down in price, so we got to be extra careful on what we are buying. I've already seen a ton of people say it's time to go crazy, it's time to buy, but I feel like we should wait a little bit longer and see what some of these cards do. But I do feel like every card on this list is a pretty solid pickup because they're close to their all-time low. And it's just so much safer to buy them when they're that low. But all right, we got the Nidoking illustration rare from 151. Got up to $16. So the all-time low is about $7. Now last sold, 9, 8, 8.75, 10, 10. Next, we have the Scizor illustration rare from Obsidian Flames. So in the 1 year chart, the high is $17. This was a $3 card before, but as you can see, it already dropped down to about $8 and bounced back a little bit. So I don't know if this card will ever get down below like $5 again, because it is a beautiful card. Last sold 8, 14.62, 7.92, 8, 9.58. But I mean, $7, $8 for this card is a very, very good deal. Next, we have the Skarmory illustration rare from Surging Sparks. We had a couple sales at $25 on pre-release, got down to $11, got back up to $20. Now last sold $9.40 for lightly played, otherwise $11.40 for near mint, $14, $13, $8.95, $9.99. So I feel like if you can get this card for about $10, that's a very, very solid pickup. Now we have the Ends Reshiram stamped Journey Together booster box promo. Now this card is going down in price. It came back up a little bit, like literally 50 cents to $1, but last sold 11, 11, 11, four of them at 12.60, 12, 11. I do have a feeling this card will get a little bit below $10, but I would love to have a couple pages of this card. I think this thing is absolutely beautiful. I love the stamp on it, and I like that it's a booster box promo. We haven't had that in so long. All right, next we have the regular ETB promos for the Scarlet and Violet era. I feel like a lot of these are pretty undervalued. I mean, Snorlax being $5.67 when the ETB's super expensive, like $200, like that's crazy. Even Magneton, market price $3.82. So I'm hoping these cards come down a little bit more so that way I can stock up on all these again. Because I did buy a bunch of these before when they were, a couple dollars. But I would love to get more of them, especially, if Charmander gets cheaper, Snorlax, Magneton. I would want a ton of Magnetons. I don't have very many of him. I think I have like 5 of them, but I would love full pages of him. The EV2, if that gets any cheaper, which, it is going down in price. And then we have the Pokemon Center promos. And if you guys did not watch my last Falling Friday, definitely go check that out because we got a ton of promos and Pokemon Center ETBs that are coming down in price right now. So we got the Eevee, Pokemon Center 1, market price $97. That's getting cheaper. Some of them are not coming down in price. The Charmander's coming down. Snorlax is coming down a little bit, but, Pikachu's kind of leveled out. Miraidon, Koraidon are doing solid. But if these get any cheaper, I'm definitely going to get a ton of these. Magneton right here, Pokemon Center promo. Market price $36. Same artist that did the Giratina and Magikarp. That's a very, very solid pickup. So yeah, I'm definitely going to keep watching these. And then if I do see these in person and they're super clean, I'm definitely going to grab them. Because I feel like they are going to be very, very expensive in the future. But some very, very solid arts. And, basically the only exclusive cards we really have right now. Next, we're checking out some special illustration rares. The Penny coming down in price again. The all-time low for the last year was $7. Got up to $22. Now last sold 10, 9, 12, 12, 13, 9. So if you guys are an Umbreon fan, this is a beautiful card. Next, we have the Miraidon EX. I have decided that I'd like to get a couple full pages of this card. I have a few of them, but I think Miraidon is, super, super awesome and is going to be very memorable in the Scarlet and Violet era, and the card is sick. So the low for the year was about $14. Now last sold 23, 19, 18, 19, 14, 20, 18. So it has a little bit more to go before I stock up on them, but if I can get this card for $15 or less all day, I'm doing it. Next, the two most underrated cards in all of the Scarlet and Violet era. We got the Alakazam EX. Got up to $55. Now last sold 40, 43, 43, 40, 39, 40. And the all-time low for this year was $30. So if I can get this card in the 30s, I would be very happy. Same with the Zapdos. You guys know how I feel about this card. The 1 year low was $30. Got up to 70. Now last sold 52, 53, 50, 53, 50. So again, high 30s, low 40s for this card. I'm definitely grabbing them. Next, we have some older cards here that I don't see anybody ever really talk about. These are the Prime cards. Now I do have all these already, but I would love to pick up a few more, maybe Umbreon and stuff. Market price $122. If you can get that super clean. Espeon, market price $58. Houndoom $57. Mew $54. Some of these cards are absolutely beautiful, with the Gengar being the most expensive, market price $174. But yeah, if I see them clean, I'm grabbing them. And now we are going to some sealed. So the Pokemon Center ETBs, like I mentioned before, are coming down in price. I mean, Twilight Masquerade has dropped like $70. It's kind of crazy. Journey Together, market price $120. I really feel like people are sleeping on Journey Together. It is not a bad set. It's just small, and it's in between Prismatic and Destined Rivals. And then honestly, if any of these ETBs get below $100, I'm definitely going to start grabbing them. So I do have a case of Twilight Masquerade, but like, let's say if Paradox Rift gets below $100, I'll grab a couple more of those. Surging Sparks is coming down in price, market price $164 right now. You know, if that gets closer to $100, definitely grabbing those. So I'm hoping a lot of these boxes come down in price so we have another chance to buy them. Because like I said on Falling Friday, these should not be this expensive already. So I'm totally fine with them coming down in price. Next, we have some booster boxes. Now, I personally would not buy any Scarlet and Violet Era booster boxes at the moment unless you can get Destined Rivals, you know, for a good deal or something like that. But some of the Sword and Shield ones, you know, we're not going to get reprints of these. They could definitely come down in price a little bit, but, you know, in a year or two, they're definitely going to go back up. So if I were to buy any box right now, Silver Tempest being $265 is not a terrible deal. I know it sounds expensive. You know, I was just talking about how I was buying Unified Minds booster boxes at $180, and people are calling me stupid, and now they're selling for $1,500 a box. And then Astral Radiance at $264. I would definitely rather have Brilliant Stars or Silver Tempest over Astral. I mean, the Machamp being the best card, it's a very solid card, but, you know, going to these card shows, I literally have a Machamp PSA 10 for sale, and nobody ever looks at it. It's kind of crazy. So definitely not the most popular card. But Brilliant Stars, I feel like is pretty slept on, has like the best trainer galleries, plus multiple Zards. And then Silver Tempest with that Lugia, and a very solid trainer gallery too. Now I do have a good amount of Silver Tempest booster boxes and Brilliant Stars, but if I do see one for a good deal and it's clean, I'll have no problem grabbing it, because I'm very confident, even at $250, that these boxes will do very good down the road. Next, we got the new Prismatic EV pouch accessory thing coming out today, actually, when I'm recording this on Friday. So hopefully I can get a few of these. We also have that Lily Premium Tournament Collection box coming out. That looks pretty solid. But this is on Punch-Out Gaming's website. You know, they always post what they're getting. And I think they literally only got 20 EV accessory pouches, 20 Lily Premium Tournament Collections, and 13 of the Digimon box. And you can see right here the prices. They're charging $29.99 for the EV accessory pouch. They just didn't get very many. And then, of course, Destined Rivals. I was able to get one Pokemon Center ETB the other day. Super, super stoked. I missed out on the first wave, but I have a feeling they're going to do a couple more, because we even got one of Prismatic Evolutions, which I completely missed. I was outside the whole time because it was beautiful, and I was outside playing with my daughter. So yeah, definitely keep your eye out on the Pokemon Center website, because it looks like they're going to be randomly restocking these, and they don't last long, so you definitely have to be quick. And then on GameStop right now, it has the Destined Rivals ETB, Booster Box, and Booster Bundle. It all says coming soon. We even got the Build and Battle and some sleeve boosters and the 3-pack blister. So keep your eye out on that. And last on the list, we got some Terrestrial Festival. I really feel like some of these evolutions are completely slept on the Japanese side. I mean, in a PSA 10 Flareon, $100. We got the Eevee for $73, Glaceon at $125, Umbreon at $425, but the Glaceon at $96, Leafeon at $137. I really feel like these are not bad prices. Espeon at $117, the other Eevee at $77, Flareon at $95, Jolteon at $88. Getting beautiful evolutions that people are obsessed with on the English side for under $100 in a PSA 10. To me, is a no-brainer. And as you guys seen, even the Evolution Master Balls are like $30, $40, $50 in a PSA 10 on the Japanese side. Super, super cheap. So I think it'd be pretty cool to get all the evolutions in a PSA 10 on the Japanese side. Imagine doing that on the English side. That would cost you thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. But all right, this is all the stuff that I'm trying to invest into this month. Let me know down below what you guys think or what you guys are trying to pick up. And then if you guys do like this content, please make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell, leave a like and comment. If you guys want to support more, you can check out my Instagram or my YouTube membership. It's only 99 cents a month. And I am going to start posting shorts again and reels on Instagram. I took a little break from that because I literally posted 10 to 15 shorts a day for 365 days in a row. So, you know, I took a break, went to the long form, but now I'm going to start posting that every once in a while, especially with the vending videos and stuff. So definitely check out the shorts and reels. But all right, I want you guys to have a great day. And if you want to watch my last Pokemon Falling Friday, click this video here. Otherwise, we'll see you next time.